Hello, I'm Mark Brenner and I'm a theatre photographer. I am working on the Michael Grandage season documenting the process of creating these shows. So I'm there taking photographs from Christopher Oram drawing in his sketchbook through to the building of the set and finally to the technical and dress rehearsals themselves. And then those photos are taken by the marketing and the press department in order to try and help sell the show before it actually even opens. My interest in the theatre was sparked quite early. I was very interested in acting when I was a kid. It soon became clear to me that it wasn't going to be a career that I could follow up. And so I moved into journalism, and photography was something that had always been there from the very beginning. And what I did is I started to combine my interest in theatre and photography by taking photos for local amateur theatre groups, and I took those photos onto fringe companies, and the photographs that I took for fringe companies I took onto the likes of the Donmar, the National Theatre and the Royal Court. So if you're lucky, one thing leads to another. That a phone set to vibrate isn't always as silent as you'd want it to be in a very, very quiet rehearsal room, and unfortunately I learned that lesson the hard way. So when you're in a shoot, switch your phone off. As a photographer, you're really lucky in that you can always do what you do, whether or not you're actually hired to do it. And so what I would advise you to do is to keep taking photographs and to keep building the strongest portfolio you can. I think you should also get used to shooting in very low light conditions, because that's where you're going to be spending most of your time. The other thing is know when to take a photograph and when not to take a photograph, because you're in a particularly sensitive rehearsal room. Clicking away with your shutter isn't exactly going to help the actor to prepare. Also, don't be too precious about your work. Yes, you want to be as creative as you possibly can, but remember that the photograph may not always be used in the way that you intended, so don't be too precious. You're there as a working photographer.